Well, good architecture is something to amaze people by space. Well, I want to be architect since I was very small. Originally, I wanted to make a house like a carpenter. But actually, when I was small, I didn't know the profession as architect. I thought the carpenters want to design and build. And when I knew that profession of architect, I decided to be an architect because carpenter is not designing. When I was studying preparation for the entrance exam for the art university, I happened to see the Japanese architecture magazine, which had a special feature of John Haydock and the Cooper Union, where he was the dean of this school. Because I was really amazed by his work and also his education at Cooper Union, I decided to go to the United States to go to the Cooper Union. So I'm quite disappointed about my own profession as an architect, because we are mainly working for privileged people who has power and money. I'm not saying that I'm not interested in designing a monument for them, but I thought we are not working for society, we are mainly working for privileged people. So I was looking for the opportunity to work for society, even people who lost houses by natural disaster, because I recognize that earthquake never kill people, but the collapse of building kill people. That's our responsibility as architects. However, I knew that many people suffering with very poor living condition before city are rebuilt in evacuation facilities and temporary houses. They are very poor living condition. So I thought this is a responsibility as architect to improve this living condition, even city are rebuilt. So that is why I started working in disaster areas. Since I started my own practice, I started developing the special structure called paper tube structure, using recycled paper tube as a main structure of the building. And this material is available almost everywhere in the world, very inexpensive, lightweight. So since then I thought this structural system is very good for the temporary structure, for inexpensive, quickly built structure, which is very appropriate for after the disaster. So when I saw the terrible refugee camp of the Rwanda refugees 1994, I proposed my idea of making shelter out of paper tube to United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. And I wrote a letter, but there was no reply. So I went to Geneva, the headquarters of the UN. Then I was very lucky, without any appointment, but I was very lucky to meet the German architect who was responsible for the shelter construction. And he accepted my proposal, so I started working for UN, building a shelter for Rwanda refugees, 1994. Right now, we start building the private partitions for the evacuation facility for Turkish evacuees, and also we are preparing the temporary houses for Turkey and hopefully for Syria too. But also we are working for Ukrainian refugees. We are preparing affordable housing system for Ukraine. I always try to take advantage of the context, the location of the building. I like to analyze what is the existing condition to take advantage of the context into the architecture and try to combine inside outside, because this kind of in-between space is most comfortable space for anyone. I always look for the problem to solve by design. So if I'm given the unlimited budget with huge flat space or land, I don't know what to do. So I always try to look for some good advantage and disadvantage of the condition to use as a reference to design. For example, this site, almost 400 meters facing to the ocean, it's very unusual. And the most difficult is how to take advantage of this site. But also, as you see, that the other side is very ugly with the supermarket. So I wanted to hide this supermarket. And also that normally the museum is kind of white cube or black box. It's very boring. So I wanted to make the books like galleries disappear. So that I made the wall out of kind of mirror glass to reflect the nature and the ocean. We are quite away from the center of Hiroshima, and although collection is good, but it's not really the huge museum people can come again and again. So I wanted to make a kind of surprise each time people visit by moving the galleries. As you see, there's floating galleries. Depending on the type of exhibition, we can rearrange the location of the 8 gallery cubes, and that's by adding the water, they can be floated and they can be pushed by hand easily to reorganize the location. So every time people come to new exhibitions, the shape of the building changes. So it's not only enjoying art, but also enjoying a landscape and also architecture. Many people consider that I'm kind of environmental friendly architect, but it's not really true. Because when I started using recyclable material like recycled paper, 1985, that was the middle of the so-called bubble period, economical booming. Nobody was interested in recycling or ecology. So I didn't start because of this environmental movement. I didn't want to waste materials. So just still, I don't want to be considered as a kind of environmental friendly architect. I don't know the definition of sustainability. People just start using sustainability as a kind of commercial word without really understanding. So I never said that I'm doing this kind of building because of environmental issues. Just I try to not to waste the material. That's the main issue. I don't know the creativity. I just try to make something without being influenced by fashionable style of the day. Anytime any even genius architect always influenced by the fashionable style of the day, even Renaissance, Baroque, recently like a postmodern. But I hate to be influenced by others. That is why some of the architects I really respected were like the Buckminster Fuller and Frei Otto from Germany. They made their own structural system and did the material development. That is why they made their own style by developing the structure. So I wanted to develop my own structural system and material development. That is why I started developing paper tube structure to make my own style.